See what's going down for water signs. And I realized like 2 days ago, I totally was speaking backwards. So if y'all remember Pig Latin and shit, but I totally said the word backwards, but said the whole phrase backwards. So there's been a lot of babble per se that has been going on that has now shifted away. And so now there's new energies at play, but there's things that have been shifting and it's been deep. Now there's new energies at play, but there's things that have been shifting and it's been deep shifting is what they're saying here. Just a deep shifting within the vessel is clear, okay? So there's going to be compliments from an admirer. You've got bouquet here. And then there's new opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up, water signs, all right? So here we go. Now we're going to dive into each specifically here, all right, and see what comes in. Something is clear. Something's more clear. All right, so here we go. I'm going to ground in and ground down. Here we go. Okay, water, there's clarity. Now, a lot of this has to do with the murkiness of the moon, but murkiness of not knowing what to do. Now, there's places that are going to start and open up to you, okay, in different ways, and it's subtle. This is not anything that is big, bam, boom. Your whole world is changing because you are changing your world. It's no longer settling here, water signs, for this or that, or saying this type of aspect is going to work for me. It's now that you are starting to gain seniority in the clarity of what your emotions are feeling along the pathway is what's being said to me right now. So there has been distractions along the way, but now those are gone and new energies are at play. So it's not that you feel like it's not that you even feel like things are real is what was just said to me, okay? It's not that you even feel like things are real. It's almost like it's not that you can't believe because you're believing, but it's like you're having a hard time feeling the difference between what is real for you versus what is not. And so a lot of you are coming into this new spiritual embodiment here of obedience and of playing in the way of flow and which way the energy goes, and you're really listening to your body. When I say obedience, see, in the Old Testament, they sat here and they feared things, right? They made Yahweh. Yahweh is a fear-based God, okay? If you don't do this, I'm going to slit your throat. Yeshua came along and said, no, God is in each and every one of us, and this is a new way. This is the real way, because the way that I know and the Paul Netter that I know is not the one that's being portrayed, and this is coming back around and cycling to this day. This is what's coming up. You are now seeing how you are more connected to the divine within your construct. So there's been things that you've neglected, right? Emotions that you have felt that you neglected that are like, now, damn, I shouldn't have neglected that. But you know what you know when you need to know it, how you need to know it, how it needs to present itself to you so you can internalize what you are next to do is what's being said to me. So you will always receive what you need exactly when you need it. I'm not saying you get what you need, but you will always receive what you need exactly when you need it. That's the energy of Jupiter. Exactly when you need it. I'm not saying you get what you need, but you will always receive what you need exactly when you need it. That's the energy of Jupiter here. So now things are becoming a little bit more clear. For those of you that feel like you're in stagnant energy, just give it another day or two as this full moon energy shifts, as now we have Venus in direct, okay? So you guys have gone through a lot of quote-unquote death cycles to internal emotionalizations, feelings. There were secrets of emotions that maybe you held on to that now those things are upbringing. There is a lot of communication, but now wherever the communication is, it's on a balanced scale. You're now receiving the exact communication that you're putting out. And that's what they're talking here on the level of clarity within oneself, the structure within oneself, which goes back to emotional intelligence and discernment. And so the emotional intelligence, this is why it's so important, and everybody's going to hate me for saying this word, but here we go. It's called shadow work. And when you work within the shadows of your soul, okay, your abilities and your natural gifted abilities in the Paul Nader design come back online. When you remove the thoughts, when you remove the layers, when you remove the things that you thought you were supposed to do on multiple layers, okay? So this is the emotional intelligence where now you've really honed in this foundation of discernment. That's why you can see the new opportunities, the paths opening up in these new relationships. They're all talking about new relationships, and that goes back to the compliments of admire. Now, there's recognition here, water signs. So in some form of fashion, you're getting recognized for something that you're doing. Maybe somebody gives you a compliment. Maybe this is like where you're like, oh, well, I didn't know I had that effect on that person. You're getting recognized for that type of work is what they're showing me here. They said refrigeration, so like two at the same time. You might have been in hermit, and the hermit is now breaking free in that. Say they said refrigeration, so you've been cold, you've been like isolated in, and now you're going to start and be a little bit more bold, because what they're saying is that you're a very old soul, but at the same time, it's like having that recognition from outside when you're not trying to do anything, water signs. It's what's building this belief inside of you. Okay, I am on the right track. Okay, there's something to that. Okay, I am supposed to do that. And now you've learned that. So now this hermit energy is ready to come out of the soul and be more bold and start and take risks that are not risks, because they're calculated risks is what they're saying, okay? So there's been a leveling up in discernment. They're really saying a lot has shifted, Pisces, 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 Pisces. And what this is talking about too is not only the energy of the zodiac of Pisces, but they're really formulating this spiritual sense of Pisces. So your spiritual development, your connectedness, what your devotion looks like, what your relationship with the Most High looks like, what your relationship with yourself looks like, what your devotion to meditation, prayer, whatever that is to self, has reached a new level within oneself. And that is the Piscean spiritual energy there. Now, Neptune in Aries for Pisces was nuts when it first hit, or when it's hitting, or you can feel this energy already, it's beginning. Because this energy, as if, especially when we had that Virgo, man, when we had the moon in Virgo and it was opposite of the sun, it messed with people's self-worth. So then you went into the full moon of Libra, because the moon was in Virgo like 2 days before it was in Libra. That shifted over then, and now you're in the Libra of not being able to see and cloudiness energy. So you had to go within again to light the pathway, water signs, for you to know that you were doing the right thing or on the right pathway. This Neptune energy was kind of combating against that energy of being able to listen or digress or hear what the divine had to say. Now those things have transitioned. Many of you jumped timelines within the last 2 days. You can even say energy of quantum shifting, because as you wake up today, nothing has looked the same, water signs. So many of you have jumped 3 to 5 timelines, okay? Which is leaving a lot of emotional baggage behind. You're now not sitting in overburdening energy. These things have come up and out. Maybe they were secrets that you had, not necessarily about anything bad. It was like, they're not secrets to you. You know how you feel about certain things, but maybe you started speaking those things out. And so that's what they're talking about the emotional secrets coming out. That was a lifting of things, which has moved you into this new place, is what they're giving me. There's a lot of codes coming through for you too, water signs. So there's a lot of codes. So when I'm saying codes, I'm talking about formulations of energies, water signs. So there's a lot of codes. So when I'm saying codes, I'm talking about formulations of energies. They can come through as numbers, because now they're just giving me numbers in like binary form, okay? You're going to see a lot of zeros, a lot of ones. There's been a lot of resetting, because it started back with the shifting of the planets in alignment for you, is what they're saying. And now you were digressing through the energy. Then there was a peak of energy, and now it's going to be stabilizing for you to really start and ground and hone these things in. But these are more abilities that you're able to reach into now, water signs, because of the emotion that you've left behind. So they're not only giving me binary numbers, but they're giving me Aramaic language, and they're giving me symbolization here as well, such as hieroglyphs and stuff like that. Some of them may look like ruins to some of you that dabble in ruins too, because that's what they're showing me. There's significance to white animals, white buffalo, white this, white that. So it's white, 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 which is a new level of purity. And so now you're on this higher frequency of being able to see things the way that you need to see things, because whatever that cloudiness was, it was for something to slow down so that you could integrate and understand what was formulating through you, to where you had the ability at hand to process the emotion or process what you were seeing, to connect it to a spiritual ability, which is connected it to a higher frequency in some sort of fashion for you. And that's exactly what they're giving me. That this cloudiness was able to be called as such sort of breakthrough, because that cloudiness was some way developing and allowing these codes to come through at the same time. And so you could become more connected online. A lot of people here talk about the pineal gland, and what they're showing me for you, water signs. So it wasn't so much about the pineal gland. The pineal gland allows you to see. It's not what connects you to the pollinator. It's not what connects you to the divine. There is a neurotransmitter that the Egyptians studied, that they knew about, a specialist Isis, that was in the cerebellum. And there's a neurotransmitter that they knew that if they could help reformulate, recalculate, that would open you, connected you straight to the divine. So although you've been able to see, you have not possibly had this validated direct connection where you cannot mistake whatever that is. There's no hesitation. There's no wavering now, is what they're giving me, right? Because whatever that emotion was that you went through over the last 3 days has allowed you to connect even more deeply to what is, was that you went through over the last 3 days has allowed you to connect even more deeply to what is, rather than what was, which was only the pineal gland that you were able to see through, and then the intuitive feeling through. But now you've got like way more of a higher connection that brings confirmation through like that in your vibration. So there's no more questioning or wavering or doubting what you're doing or how you're doing it here, water signs, is what they're bringing through. All right. Beautiful. All right, we're moving on here to Earth. Here we go. Okay, I got you. Earth. It's beautiful because, of course, they're talking about here putting your hands immediately. Put your hands in the dirt. And this is recalculating and reconnecting you. It's basically recalibrating your vibration, okay? So put your hands in the dirt. This is, if any signs know, they're talking about Taurus. They're giving me the Capricorn energy. And then Virgo, if anybody knows in that energy that when those signs actually want to manifest or pull something through, they use the energy of the earth to do so. No matter what's going on outside you, the manifestation that you're bringing through is physically connecting to the vibration of the dirt when you're trying to manifest something. This is very true for the earth vibration. And whatever this is, there's a lot of putting your hands in the dirt, possibly working with Mother Earth in multiple different ways. You might be cleansing and clearing her grounds, her meridians, right? Her pathways. But this is more so for you to bring down what it is that you're trying to connect to or trying to manifest through. It's like all of a sudden you feel this rush to make sure that you're doing this and you're doing that. You've got the spring touch, okay, is what they said. So there is a lot of good luck on your side too, is what they're giving me. Especially this week coming through. This is going to be a new peak of energy for you. There's going to be new insights, and they're saying a whole new you here, earth signs. Maybe you changed your physical appearance during Venus retrograde. Okay, maybe there's things that now you're going to change because Venus retrograde is out, but they're giving me that. There's a lot less self-doubt here too, earth signs, is what they gave me and said to me as well. Two worlds are colliding for you, earth signs. There was this cataclysmic shift, okay? Two worlds are colliding for you, earth signs. There was this cataclysmic shift, okay? It's almost like you embodied this, okay? You embodied whatever this shift was for you, okay? And they just gave me two circles completely just merging together, okay? So there's this embodiment of two, and there's been this cataclysmic shift inside of you. There's a lot of healing that's going on. And this is giving me the pretenses of, okay, so when we work with our psychic abilities and we work with the intuitive self, but especially the psychic self, you're working from the subconscious. And this is why it's so important for you to know what's yours, what's not yours, where it's coming from. Because the subtleties in the spirit energy is what's coming through in the subconscious. And that's a lot how the psychic abilities come up to the conscious and then they're used. So what you're doing is you're hearing things, these things. Spirit is always speaking to you in the subconscious. And then they're brought up to the conscious level when you meditate, when you work on these things. And so what they're telling me right now is some way, somehow, you've mastered the subconscious level in a way to be able to really, really connect to what is grounded around you. Now, when they say grounded around you, I want you to understand that they give me different levels of energies that come through for you, okay, earth signs. And the very first level that they give me is, of course, the level of ancestors, spirit guides, okay? What I call 3D level of energy, okay? Because it's on the same plane as we are. It's in the same existence as we are. When they vibrate and they come close to me, they're right here, right? So there's no difference. It's just that you can't see. And so at the same time, in that way, then you've got the next level, which to me is archangels, energy, and then you've got like ascended master and higher level. So they're showing me that this energy now that you've been able to tap into with the psychic ability is you've broken through the subconscious layer where you now are connecting to archangel energy. There's been a higher level here of healing that you've gone through. Maybe you've been working with Raphael a lot too. They're giving me wood. So what this is giving me is this is the vibration here of wood. And when I'm coming from a shamanistic perspective, the energy of wood is grounding you into nature. Wood is the energy here. It's one of the elements that the shamans work with. It's not just earth, air, fire, water. It's wood too. And so there's been some type of void. Now, I know that the moon was in the void, but there's been some type of void inside of you that you have now broken through, is what they're giving me, relating back to this cataclysmic shift of energy, okay? Or this feeling or this vibration. They literally just said initiation. I don't know what that looks like for you. They're coming back to osmosis. So there's been a deeper connection, thank you, of the embodiment of the soul, the self, and the higher self, which is the integrated self, is what they said. They said the integrated self, which is the higher self, when they gave me that pretense. So the soul, the self, which is spirit to me, which is the heart, right? And then the higher self, there's been an integration there. There's some type, if some of you have felt like you acquired some type of shield or some type of seal, okay? They're giving me this level here of where, you know how in the military you get different pins, right? And there's 3 levels here on this golden kind of like seal, okay? There's like 3 bars on it, and then coming down off of it, there's something else like a flag, but then there's design and intricate design in there, and I don't know what that is. Maybe you're going to have to go on a journey to see. But there's some type of seal, which is also, you completed a deal, okay? So some of you earth signs have completed some type of deal, okay? Maybe that's a part of your contract. I don't know where that fits for you, but there's a piece of your contract. Thank you. Now, a lot of you are getting more frontal lobe sensations as I bring this energy in. So if a lot of you are right now pinging in the frontal lobe here, I want you to know that that's something that is running through me at this time and space. So just try to ground yourself into it. Embrace that energy. Might feel like tingling, might feel like hot, might feel like burning. All right, that's just the energy formulating that you're feeling, okay? through the screen. All right, so for those of you that are very sensitive to that energy, I just want you to know why that's pinging, where that's pinging, and why you're getting that tingling or fiery sensation up there. So wood is important for you this week. Now, I don't know if that means that you're working with wood, you're working with the element of the vibration of the wood energy is really what's coming through, okay? And you're creating and building something completely new. Now, of course, this is something that you're grounding in and building something completely new. Now, of course, this is something that you're grounding in and you're grounding through nature too. So you're grounding in, but you're grounding through nature too. Now, we know that what that means to me and the way that they're giving me that is that vibration is you're grounding it into the 3D vibration, the physical vibration. You're not going to believe the shifts that occur for you this week, okay? You're not going to believe the shifts that occur for you this week is what they're giving me. This is something that is really high in vibe. You're going to see an open-ended opportunity. An open-ended opportunity. Do what you want with that. So it's an open-ended opportunity, which means you're going to have to sit in the vibration of if you're really going to take it or not. Okay, it's an open-ended opportunity. That also gives me the vision and the vibration that it's something that's going to last longevity. It's something that's going to be vibrantly abundant to you when it's open-ended, because this is where you're walking into the unknown is what they're giving me. It's like, okay, I'm going to take this opportunity, but I don't know where it's going to lead me. But this is you being moved. And I'm not talking about physically. Whatever opportunity, you're moving into a new vibration. You're moving into this new opportunity. Okay? For some of you, that's already started here too, is what they're giving me, earth signs. You haven't seen the recoil of that energy yet. Some of you are in the middle too of recoil of that energy yet. Some of you are in the middle too of where this new is about to shift. 1, 2, 3, you're in alignment. Okay? No longer on consignment. Some of you are literally moving by fate. Like you're not faith, fate. Okay, you're literally in God's hands, okay? There's been affairs that you've been clearing out with your family too, and I felt that. So there's been a lot of family affairs that you've been clearing out. Maybe this has been where you're putting things behind. So this could be separations, this could be divorces, this could be coming togethers, this could be whatever that is in your own pretense here. It could be a multitude of things. They're showing me this funnel. So you've been funneling out this energy, whatever you've needed to funnel out, while this new energy funnels in. So a lot of you may feel as though is that you're closing this funnel, but this funnel's opening up for you right now. And that's important for you to sit in and observe through. There's a lot of business endeavors that are peaking this week for you too. Earth signs, whatever that is. They said meet. So there might be a fated meeting that comes in this week for some of you as well. Okay? All right? Some of you did a spell. That's all I know too, because they said spell. And so some of you did a spell. Some of you manifested. Some of you used that energy. All right? Is what they're giving me as well. If not, then spell work might become very important to you. All right, air signs, here we go. All right. So they're giving me that this energy was very heady over the last 3 days. So some of you were battling fears, anxieties, okay? Weary ways is what they're telling me. Then there's another formulation of half of you were just moving in the vibration of the moon. You're like, I'm just here, right? And this all has to do with specific placements that you have specifically, not only in your zodiac sign of the air sign, but also not only in your zodiac sign of the air sign, but also other things that are playing out. Okay, so I don't know if you guys have been seeing ducks. Okay, so I don't know if you guys have been seeing ducks, but literally after the headiness, they're giving me this energy of ducks, or yeah. So okay, I see, you're funny. Okay, so in this celebration, quote unquote, don't get mad at me. They're only speaking through how they can speak through. In the formulation of Easter here, air signs, okay, because they gave me the chickadee and then they gave me the vibration of what some human population here celebrates as Easter, okay? This is actually a birth for you, all right, is what they're giving me too. So it's this weekend between now and this weekend that's coming up that is a big transition for you, air signs. There is, if you've been hearing great fortune, there is great fortune that's on the horizon for you if you choose to play your cards right, is what they're giving me. So what that means is that, number one, there goes that one. Number one, you make the choices and you don't go back to old places. So you make the choices that support the new vibration, okay? Where you're not going back to a past place, air signs, of not being able to make a decision, not being able to ground, not being able to know where to take that to bring in the clarity that you need, right? So that's what they're giving me here. There is a new birth of energy as Easter pulls through for you. There's a clam with this pearl in it now. So I want you to know that this is giving me, of course, a gift of fortune, right? But also this is very connected to the ocean here too. So maybe some of you are using water to read spirit energy, or water to use as what we call the looking glass or scrying through. So there may be where you guys are working with water in a different way. Okay, but there is a gift that it's ancestral here that is being brought to you. Okay, this is something that's being passed down to you. They said energy budget. So right now, air signs, you've been on an energy budget. So meaning you've really retracted in places of giving things too much of your energy, not enough of your energy, is what they're formulating here for me with you. So I don't know why the name Natalie keeps coming up, but Natalie, all right, is what's formulating through as well, all right? Yeah, we're going to do a balance too. So there's the bird, waiting for news, package, or letter as well. So that could be part of the reference here to the chick that they had me draw. So there is birds. So air signs, watch the birds. The birds are definitely bringing, you're waiting, they're bringing you that information, that news, that letter. All right, east, there's something about east here, all right? You've known enemies are working against you, but that's neither here nor there. That's over and done with too, so somebody needed confirmation there, okay, of that vibration coming through that has closed out, all right? Yeah, there's an exciting new event that's coming, and there's a doorway that's opening for you, air signs. Now, this is for those of you that have really, really worked hard to come out of your mind. Superpowers. So you're learning your superpower. All right. And we're not talking about anything woo-woo. Your traumas, your dramas, the things that you've been through are parts of your superpowers that have led you into the stability that you're creating for you. Okay. They literally gave me stability and stunning. So a lot of you have been waiting for something to happen or for something to come through. And there may be news of that, but it's more along the lines is that you're like, okay, I've got to check for something. I may not know exactly how to start this or what to do, but then that's the energy that I'm going to sit in. I'm going to sit in the energy of what I am formulating through in asking here, because the more that I'm sitting, the more that things become clear. So there's a lot of spending time with self, spending time with nature, okay, to receive answers and clarities that you want to. Something has been moved up on a shelf, so maybe something that you've used, you no longer use, but this could also be energy within yourself as well here, air signs. There is great fortune, and a lot of this has to do with there's energy that you have surpassed. Some of you are moving north, some of you are moving east, some of you are moving west, okay? I don't know why you needed to know that, but they're also giving me the Wheel of Fortune. So remember, you're always changing the wheel. You're always making the choices, right? So you see how more so now than ever that you being connected to the divine and the choices that you making are reverberating in that timeline. So there's way more awareness that you have now. All right. Fire signs, here we go. I don't know why, but there's a connection to a wolf right now, fire signs. So they're giving me the energy that you're being led by a wolf, your spirit guide. There's a lot of wolf energy, fire signs, that's coming through for you. Okay? They gave me this energy of where there's the gray, the white, the darker gray, the black, okay, blue eyes, green eyes, okay? Maybe there's a connection scientifically to the new quote-unquote wolf that they brought back to life, okay? But there's a connection here to that energy here for you. This is showing up as spirit guide. This is showing up as somebody who's directing you and guiding you through different timelines, okay? You're hunting for something. All right, fire signs, you're hunting for something. You're hunting a pathway. You're hunting for something, because I'm sniffing as if like I'm looking for a track or a path, or I'm trying to hunt something down here this time. Okay, for some of you, you're hunting down what is going to bring you more peace, right? Is what is going to be bringing you more peace and also steadfast in your beliefs. They're also telling me that this energy here of like this warrior energy of being just, of being fair, of being present, okay, is in the air within you. So it's like, you're this warrior type of energy, and I'm not saying that you haven't been. I'm not saying that no one else is. I'm talking about right now for the fire signs, where the planets are kicking off is what they're giving me. It's almost like this warrior type of energy. So be careful of certain provokings at this time, because you're just looking for that just energy, all right, is what they're telling me. But your warrior could be provoked, okay? Especially as you're hunting something. You're also looking at something very skeptical right now. You're being skeptical, right? You're being skeptical, which isn't bad. It's like you're on your toes. You got your back to a wall, and you're in observance of everything except for what's behind you, right? It's like I can see everything around me right here, but anything that's behind me, I don't care. There's nothing there. It's all right here in peripheral and in forefront of my vision is what they're giving me. Okay, so you're just in observance of a lot of things, and you're looking at things as skeptical right now. And that's because there hasn't been that energy of forward, bam, direction. But this is firing up this week. They just gave me the energy of the 8 of Wands, 6 of Wands. Okay, victory here. So if you're in the clear, so if for some of you that you needed a yes, or you needed to know what is best, if you had a question on your mind that you were hoping to get confirmation of in this timeline, they're giving me that it's like, yes, okay, you're setting up what's best. With what you have to do with what's in front of you. They're talking about resources right now, where whether this is your own resources, own gifts, own ability within you, or whether this is resources around you that you're going to be able to use, okay? Okay, your eye color has changed too, fire signs. So they're showing me your eye color. Your eye color has changed, or there's something in the vibration of the eye color that has changed as well. Okay, this is weird, but I just have to say this so that somebody knows that this is connecting through to them. There's something different about the way that you smell. And listen, whether you bought a new perfume, a new cologne, a new body soap, okay, I just need to tell you that they're telling me that there is something new about the way that you smell in your frequency as well. But your clairgustance is completely kicked in here too, fire signs, where it's part of what's in front of you. So I want you to work. There is something about you working with the wolf energy and you working with the totem animal of the wolf. It's presented in front of you and the smell wouldn't be so keen and the wolf wouldn't be coming up, and the wolf has been inside of your dreams, but it may have transitioned to looking like a person for you right now, okay? But this is something where this wolf, this spirit guide for you right now, okay? But this is something where this wolf, this spirit guide is showing up to you and leading you on this path here, all right, as well. The eye color has changed, and for a lot of you that know, all right, you've got the clear eyelid, right, that the wolves have. So you also need to know that somebody called your bluff, and that's part of what this Six of Wands victory energy is too. Someone called your bluff, but you came through, okay? Whatever that is to you too, fire signs. Some of you are going to have a career advancement this week, okay? They're giving me the Two of Wands here. They're giving me as if you're looking out into the future here. And this is a foundational place that you are where you're trying to figure out what is going to lead this passion, this creativity the most. Because you've got this idea, this idea that comes with the wands, that is this new beginning, which is this new passion. But it's the decision making here of the Two of Wands of how do you want it to look, okay? Or you're trying to look in details of how it would work. How could you do that thing that you're wanting to bring into the physical alignment for you here, fire signs? And this energy is almost as if, like, intentionally you just need to sit with what it is you want to do and not necessarily always worry about the how until it's presented to you. And then baby step by baby step by baby step, you'll be led through the how. Don't plan too much, they said, because it's about exceptional trust. Okay, and what that boils down to is you being able to sit and ground through what's really coming through, of which way you're being led. Not listening to what's in your head, not listening to what's being bred outside of you, being able to really sit and ground with yourself. They're giving me number 2, so the second, right? Which, of course, after the magician here is the high priestess energy. So there is secrets that are going to be coming out this week, okay? And you're going to have a picture frame. You're going to have a picture frame here about what it is that you're going to do. So it's almost like you're going to have this framed in, okay? The number 2, I feel like this is a second time or a second opportunity, but the way that this energy is presenting itself to you is different, but the energy is the same, the way it feels as it's coming through. But now you have more of a picture formulated energy. There's been a lot of things going on in relationships that are bouncing off your energy here too, fire signs. So relationships, relating, what's not relating, what's working, what's not working, fiery, passionate energy. A lot of you fire signs are moving into soul unions, okay? There is somebody that you are meeting on your pathway here within now, time frame wise, summer solstice. A lot of you are being set up to by the divine okay, right now as we speak, for the summer solstice to peak. Transition after transition. So the very interesting energy here, fire signs, they gave me that you're going to be in a transition this way. Then you're going to be in a transition this way. And then whatever is supposed to come through will come through by this summer for you. So it's like you're on this pathway. Can't describe any more. Is that they gave me this frequency of this is 1 and then this is 2. So there's almost 2 transitions. One transition is leading you into the next transition before this manifestation, fire signs, actually comes through, because there's something else that needs to connect to you here to transition with you. It's as if like you've started the transition here, fire signs. This segment of quote unquote divine timing, if you want to call it, needs to meet up with you to transition you further through. I don't know what that is to you or how that looks to you. I just know that there's going to be transition now, from now until where we're at with the, that there's going to be transition now, from now until where we're at with the June here with the solstice. So fire signs, you're in the beginning of a transition and a transition, but this transition is not solstice. So fire signs, you're in the beginning of a transition and a transition, but this transition is not going to look like any other transition. It's going to be very subtle, and it's going to be very prosperous as well, too, is what they're giving me. There's bouquets of flowers that are coming to you, and you can take that for what that's worth. So there's a lot of flowers that are coming to you, meaning that there's a lot of different colors and a lot of different significance. There's giving me orchids. They're giving me carnations. They're giving me lilies. They're giving me daisies. They're giving me specifically Gerber daisies. Okay? And so there's a lot that's going to be beautifying here, because when we come from the 2 of the High Priestess, these are a lot of things that are being illuminated and not kept within yourself anymore, because the Empress is what births that. So it makes sense as why they're giving me flowers here, and you're getting a lot of flowers coming here at the end, because always, what do they say? April showers bring May flowers, right? So they're giving me mid-May to the end that this bottom transition is going to take place. So transition in April, and now May, this bottom transition is coming in to take you along the other pathway, is what they're giving me here, fire signs. So there's 2 transitions simultaneously that you're in to merge 2 timelines. All right. There's this energy of no more waiting. Like there's no more waiting. There's no more time to wait. You're going to be presented with what it is that you need to take. In a sense of the opportunity that presents itself to you. Because in order for the opportunity to be presented to you, you have to open yourself up to that energy. And so that means you have to close something out in order for that energy to be opened up to you, for you to be able to receive. So maybe there was questionings of opening businesses or movings or relationships and moving in, or whatever these are, community, stuff like that is what they're giving me, or movings or relationships and moving in, or whatever these are, community, stuff like that is what they're giving me, or doing such events, okay, different events maybe that you wanted to do, and what they're showing me here, new job opportunities as well. And so it's like there was a lot of questioning here of where, how, whatever that was. And in the next part of the month, it's going to be as if this energy here merges with what you've moved in to do. So this was the part of the chaos that is moving you into destiny to take this smooth transition out for it to peak. So you've removed through this transition of April, whatever it was that you need to remove in order for this new to be received of this new opportunity. And that comes in a numerous of ways. From different relationships to different ways of doing things to you know, new things that you want to try, new things that you want to do, new things that you want to learn, places you want to be, things you want to experience. So that's why all this travel and, you know, now decisiveness is coming up. But that travel of that new is what's leading you into this purpose or destiny here that you're trying to manifest through. Right. The vision space is so intense today, so I'm sorry, because I'm just like, it's just flooded with seeing, and I've had to formulate exactly what they're showing me in order to verbally vibrate it to what it is or how it may come through, because they're no longer giving me feeling. They're really very seldomly talking to me. It's all just pumping through just visibly. And so I had to really ground in and formulate, because there's no communication. It's just boom, flooded in. And normally they will give me exactly different words and stuff. And at first it starts out with different vibrations of words that my subconscious and my understanding will bring through. And normally they will give me a feeling to back that up, because they know if I don't see it, hear it, and feel it, I won't speak it. And so now, of course, it's a beautiful experience to have everything just shoved into your brain. And I can't even close my eyes, because if I were to close my eyes, I would have cut off what was being shown to me and what was being given to me. So now it's just eyes wide open. And the vibration is very heavy. It's very heady. Anybody that really channels in that divine energy in many different ways, your head gets heavy, it gets warm, it gets hot, it gets tingly, it feels like little, I don't know, prickles sometimes. So it's very heady, and I couldn't even close my eyes to formulate what was coming out this time, because it was just so much getting shoved in the screen of my head, especially with all the different symbolizations and drawings. I don't think I've ever had that many symbolizations and drawings in the vibration of things coming through for all the elements here today. We're going to jump in here and we're going to do some balancing, some grounding, whatever it is that you need here in this moment in time. We're going to do a healing for each and every one of you, or whatever that is that you need. So here's the deal with this. I don't have to say anything specifically. The only thing I need you to do is that intention that you're wanting in this moment in time, whether it be to remove a certain type of mindset, to remove a certain type of energy around your auric field, within your home, within your embodiment. If you are trying to ground in a manifestation so that you can do other things, whatever that is, that's the intent, right? Whatever healing vibration you need. So I want you to formulate that intent here in your mind today. And what they're showing me we're going to do is we're going to have you vibrate at that intent that you want or that you need. And then what will happen with me is that energy will vibrate through me to you if you are open and acceptance into receiving. And in those moments when we start here, what they're going to give me, of course, is what's going on for many and each of you individually, but also on a group level as well, of what we're removing, what we're working on. All right, so we're just going to let that formulate through, and we'll allow the energy to do what it does, as I am the vesicle, and they will give me confirmations of what we're working on for you in that vibration. All right, so here we go. Pollinator, Holy Spirit, and the Divine, I call to you at this time. I ask that each individual soul receive exactly what they need here with me in this timeline. Whether at the removal of doubt, fear, fury, blockages, blockades, or at not being able to formulate and get through the broken patterns that need to be broken through. I ask that you remove each and every one of those things. Whether it be a financial breakthrough, whether it be a relationship they are trying to cultivate through, whether it be in business endeavor that they are asking to receive to move along their pathway and their destiny and their purpose. I ask at this time that each individual soul receive exactly what they need from you, through me, to them in this time. Ashe, I am open and ready. They're taking me straight to the heart. So for a lot of you, there's been worry, there's been doubt, there's been anxiety, there's been this type of energy formulating through. Maybe there's certain prophecies or dreams that you've had that have brought you certain feelings or certain vibrations that you've had to go, nope, not mine, nope, not playing into this, but it always keeps coming back up in this timeline. So we're removing those patterns right now through the heart space as well. Okay. There's some energy that keeps trying to hang on to your heart space as well. And it said limited vibration. So it's limiting your vibration. Now this could come through as worry, doubt, fear, person, place, or thing that keeps trying to connect to your heart. Okay, in that space. And I want you to know that that energy and vibration is what we're removing here now. And this is affecting the toll booth of being able to allow the soul and the heart space, of course, and then the throat to come out to be able to communicate the creative pathways that you are asking to open up for you. And so it's almost as if like there's a deepening of your voice that will reckon through when your words are more steadfast or profound, okay, as you start to ground through this energy and open up the toll booth here of the heart space and remove the fear and the doubt and the worry that's coming through in that place and space. Now, a lot of you have needed to work in the space of the throat, and this is where there's a lot of throat chakra healing. You're in a place of vitality now, but the vibration somehow is still slow in the throat, and it's kind of heavy here. And so right now we're going to open this up, and we're going to clear and close out any old cycles, patterns, behavior. This can come through as speaking ill intent upon you or others too. And so this is where we are removing that vibration here from you. And it doesn't come from the thought space, it comes from the throat space. Okay, so this is where you're really, really making your words of declarations, making your words of profound things that you are speaking in your vibration here to come out and be more steadfast here and not be in worry or doubt about how you say something or the way that comes through. You will perfect that timeline as you move more into that believing in you. So whatever fear or worry was messing with the heart here, of course, it was also messing with the solar plexus through the heart space and not allowing you to formulate certain words or vibrations here. It was a lot of babble, all right, that was going on. And there could have been spirits or energies that were playing on that here too through the throat. So that's one thing that we're moving and we've cleared out here. Now, some of you have been provoked. All right, so some of you have been provoked. Some of you have been provoked where almost like you were going to say some shit, but then you choked. All right, is what they're giving me in that vibration too. So the crown and the third eye is a little wobbly here. So it's off balance, right? So there's been a lot of integration, a lot of communication. There's been a lot of removal of stagnation and energy here. So we're going to slow down this wobble. Have you ever seen a tire that's completely, never mind. It's just wobbled, all right? It's just off-centered. And so we're going to slow that down. We're going to get it back to center and ground that in between the third eye and the head here. And then in those moments, we're not only going to clear that energy, but here in a moment, then we'll start formulating and getting it to spin in a nice fluid and an open pathway here. Thank you. All right. There it is. Thank you. And now we're moving to the crown here. I don't know why, but some of you had like an umbrella over your crown where it was really hard for you to integrate this information or for you to move through a certain type of vibration. And it's almost as if like the energy bypassed what it was supposed to do within your crown space here. And that could go in with a lot of headaches, sinus issues. This energy was blocked. And I'm not saying that it didn't happen to you on purpose or da-da-da-da-da. That's neither here nor there. The point is that we get this removed so that can integrate in smoothly here. Thank you. And 3. Thank you. What's that? There's a piece of coating that was missing over here. Give me a moment. Thank you. All right. So, for whatever reason, in the 3rd strand DNA structure, there was a piece of DNA that was encoded that was missing here. And the way they give that to me is that it's just blank, it's dark, it's not lit up. And so this is giving me the piece of the vibration for you not to be able to move through whatever mental stagnation, to be open to receive whatever that was formulating. So now we've cleared that pathway. And now we're almost done here. Thank you. Now, there's been a lot of sacral energy that needs to be worked in and balanced out. So some of your cycles are completely off. Okay, women here, some of your cycles have been completely off. This is because you've been really, really soft, really vulnerable here within your energy. It's not anything wrong. There's nothing bad. They just want you to ground back into your sacral energy here. Thank you. It was affecting creative endeavors here too. Of course, the form of creation here. But some of you were spellbound too in your sacral because you had given over so much of yourself, so much of your creative energy here in different ways that sources didn't return those things to you. So there was an imbalance in the sacral. Whatever creative energy you were putting out, you weren't those things to you. So there was an imbalance in the sacral. Whatever creative energy you were putting out, you weren't getting back some way, somehow. Okay, is what they're giving me in some sort of fashion. And so now they're showing me here that this sacral is what's needed to be ground down in formulation as well. All right, right now, ladies and gentlemen, what I need you to do here is do me a big favor if you are open to receive, because we are going to work on this area and we're going to bring this energy up and out. And the way that I work with my team and the energy that's working through me is we take 3 deep breaths, okay, all the way down. And when I say you're going to breathe deep, you're going to breathe all the way deep through your nose, all the way down to your sacral. You're going to feel yourself inhale that air all the way down to your pelvis area, to your sacral. When you exhale that energy all the way out, you're going to tighten those pelvic energies, okay, in your lower abdomen, and you're going to push all of that out. And we're going to work down and count down, and after the number 1, that's when you take your first breath all the way in through your nose, all the way down, and push that vibration all the way out. We're going to do that twice for you to actually remove some of this energy and help me work that vibration out through each and every one of you, because this is very heavy here. Whether you are male or female, this is very heavy here, and we're going to open this up and clear as well so more of that creative energy can come through, all right, for each and every one of you. All right, thank you, Chief. Here we go. Three, 2, 1, inhale. 3, 2, 1, inhale. Breathe, 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 breathe all the way down to your pelvis. Thank you. Now blow that all the way out. Now I want you to squeeze, 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 squeeze. I exhale all stale, stagnant, old energy. I exhale all stale, stagnant, old energy. And then you're going to breathe in again all the way down. Push through the solar. Thank you. And then push, 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 push. Out, 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 out. Thank you. And nice, slow, deep, easy breath. In through your mouth, out through your mouth. There we go. All right, here we go. Thank you guys for helping me do that and clear some of that out so that I could get to it and work in that area now. A lot of you are receiving a lot of codes, whether that be from the form of creation. So whether that be from the pollinator, whether that be through Isis, whether that be through the Divine Mother, okay? Whether that be through Mary the Magnificent, whether that be through Yeshua's mother, whether that be through Mary's mother. There is Mary in all of her forms, okay, that is presenting herself to you through the collective here as we work through this energy. So if you come into contact with that energy, I just want you to understand and know. Now, as we work through this here, we're almost done in bringing that up and out and getting this piece here to now work in the vibration. There was a lot of energy where you couldn't create things that you wanted to create because of past places, past spaces. But it's more so where this stale, stagnant energy, you couldn't get up and out and clear. There was a little bit of help that you needed there. All right. Beautiful. Thank you. All right. Most of you are pretty grounded, but when I say this, you're grounding in your emotions. So a lot of you are where you're at with your emotions, and then boom, you know exactly what to do to ground them in. So it's not that you needed help with the root or balancing that in or being grounded. It's just that we needed some things to be worked through and cleared out here today with me and you. All right.